Okay, so this guy Peter Walker, a political correspondent for The Guardian, wrote a story about Count Dankula, Sargon, and Paul Joseph Watson. It was basically about, them joining UKIP, the United Kingdom Independence Party. Count Dankula tweeted, "You made claims that I am linked to the alt-right, but gave no evidence or reasoning of this in your article. If you could explain your reasoning or give any evidence of this claim, that would be great." This, I'm gonna just say wow. Wow right away. This guy Peter Walker said, sorry for the delay, alt-right is subjective. And just because The Guardian uses it this way doesn't mean that him or anyone else has to agree. He then says that, you have links to Stephen Lennon, who many people associate with the alt-right, hard right, incessant focus on Islam. But here's the best part. He says, more generally, the term can be associated with a sort of highly robust, fairly confrontational, libertarian, right-leaning politics with a dash of support for Trump and opposition to Islam immigration. Not saying you tick each box, but seems fair to say you're around that milieu. I don't know what that word is, forgive me. Okay, first, well, here's what I tweeted. Why is The Guardian running defense for the alt-right? The alt-right is very clearly defined by members of the alt-right. It's an ethno-nationalist, white identitarian movement. Recently, we saw a video with Richard Spencer and other men where they flat out say they're not for free speech. So they're certainly not libertarian, and they're white ethno-nationalists. Why? Okay, what The Guardian is doing here, I think, to be completely intellectually honest, is they don't want to admit they're wrong. But they want to link, they want to try and claim that Dankula and Sargon and Paul Joseph Watson are alt-right, but they can't because they're not. So they say linked to the alt-right. What does that even mean? Okay, Count Dankula is linked to the alt-right in his opposition to them, I guess, right? Everyone's linked to everyone else. There's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, if you're familiar with that. So basically, this guy doesn't want to admit he's wrong, so he's weaseling his way to try and justify the use of this inappropriate term, and in effect is running defense for the alt-right. This is what I am absolutely disgusted with, this kind of intellectual dishonesty. This man, Peter Walker, wants so hard to just vilify these people that he's willing to play to define the alt-right in a defensive way. What do you think's going to happen when people in the UK see that and they hear, don't worry, the alt-right, they're just, brash, highly robust libertarians who are confrontational. Yeah, then people are going to be like, oh, is that all it is? That sounds great. Why are you trying to sanitize what the alt-right is? He's not. Honestly, I think what he's really trying to do is justify his own misuse of the term because he's a shit-ass journalist who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So instead of just being like, honestly, I don't really pay attention and I didn't do any research, he's going to be like, well, I can justify my use of the word by saying that the alt-right are libertarians, even though they oppose free speech and they're white ethno-nationalist identitarians. This is totally ridiculously dishonest. The alt-right does not like Sargon. They've contributed to him getting banned from Twitter. And Dankula, Sargon, Peterson, all of these people who are considered like, anti-SJW or whatever this faction is called, it's a libertarian kind of ideals, are not alt-right, regularly fight with the alt-right. So why is it then that Mr. Walker and so many other people want to sanitize what the alt-right is? He's not the only one doing it. There are a ton of people in the US mainstream who are trying to justify the use of the alt-right. Why? It is a negative term associated with white ethno-nationalist identitarianism. People who want a country only for white people, or a country that is majority dominated by white people. Okay, that's what it means. It is a very specific fringe group of individuals. When you associate someone with that, you smear them, right? So when they say that Jordan Peterson's fans are alt-right, yeah, that's not true. The alt-right doesn't like Jordan Peterson. They criticize him. They challenge him to debate because he is anti-identitarian. So they want to smear people. They want to malign them with these groups. But then what happens when someone says, define alt-right? Well, if Peter Walker came out and said, I know what it means, and I know you don't fit the bill, well, then he can get sued for defamation. So what does he do? Oh, no, it's a subjective term. Everybody views it differently. Nah, that's not true. The Associated Press has specific guidelines on what the alt-right is. The Southern Poverty Law Center has a specific definition of what alt-right is. Wikipedia aggregates all of these sources and clearly defines what alt-right is. Peter Walker is a weasel. This is what's wrong with journalism today. He doesn't want to be wrong. He doesn't want to just say, "Hey, we'll change it. We'll take that out of the headline." Why? Because it's not a headline. What would the headline be if he didn't write about this? UKIP adds YouTube personalities. So what? Who cares? But you know what is a headline? UKIP is embracing the alt-right. Because they're not. But they want people to be scared. They want these articles to go viral. They want to get clicks. They want to make money. Because they're slime bags. Because they are evil, manipulative, self-centered people who want to watch the world burn. And there you have it. Rant over.